Right. Welcome everyone to our first meeting this year. I'm glad to see so many new and familiar faces today. And due to very busy with demonstrations today, I'll just go straight into everything. So we are going to have 4 meetings as usual throughout the year. This is our first one, and as usual, our meetings running every Wednesday of the last Wednesday of the season. So you can expect one in May, in August, and November. So what about the agenda today? So in the first one, we've got today Nabeel from Qlik, who will share some exciting news from Qlik. I believe it will be something about Qlik Answers and MCP. Then Craig Harper will share, from Western Power, will share how they leverage AI for learning, or maybe some ways how to do that. After that, I will show some live demos as usual. I love live demos. They always go well. Huh? About trust in your data and how to improve the trust in your data. Because it needs to be just one click away, not further than that. And then Richard will run the participant survey. So we will do it just online here. So we will see what people think about all that. At 6 p.m. roughly, I hope we will get to that point at 6 p.m., not later than that. We will continue our networking in the bar downstairs. Good? Everyone's happy? Right. So over to you, June. Oh, not June. Sorry, Nabeel. For some reason, I thought it's June is joining us today. I don't know why, but that's okay. So I stop sharing, and I will move this screen here so everybody can see.
Cool. Let me know when it's displaying correctly.
Yes, we can see you.
All right, cool. Hi, everyone. Nabeel here. So let's just dive right into it. So we've got a big release that was launched this February. It's all about AI. I was hearing people talking about AI just now. So I will be reintroducing you to Qlik Answers and a new capability called our MCP server. And I was just checking what Indra presented last time you had this user group. And he showed this slide, which was about imagining a unified AI assistant, which brings together structured and unstructured data. So we've actually gotten here. You don't need to imagine it anymore. So let me just go into one of those live demos that can go wrong. So here we go. So for dramatic effect, I'm starting with a pretty empty application. You can see no sheets in there. There's no master items. It does have a data model. Okay, it's got a nice data model. And it's looking at a power grid company, hint, hint. And instead of going the conventional way and building a sheet, I can just go in here and start Qlik Answers, the new version, which just without training, without doing anything in the app, it's ready to work on that data model. All right, so I'm going to ask it, can you give me some headlines from this data? So you can ask some pretty open-ended questions. And what we've done here is now we've got this multi-agent workflow, which means, first of all, there's an agent which is breaking down the question, what do we need to do? What's the user's intention? And once it's got that, it'll pass it on to the next agent, which is going to look at, it's the semantic search agent. Its job is to find all the relevant dimensions and measures. So if you do have master items, it'll use that. If you have charts, it'll look at that, right? But if you don't, it's still pretty powerful because of the inherent intelligence of large language models, right? So it's gone ahead and say, oh, these are potential headlines: average restoration time, scale of customer impact from outages, and it's finding fields that can be used, right? And then it's going to pass it on to the next agent, which is the data analyst agent, and so on. So this is the deep research kind of experience, right? It takes a slow chain of thought, breaking it down into multiple agents, but with that, we can ensure that you get a high quality output, right? Now, just because I only have 10 minutes, I'm going to jump, and we can come back to that later, to the same question I ran earlier. I'm going to go through that flow. It takes a minute or so. It gives us a final conclusion. And it's not just a single chart. It's exactly what I wanted, like high headline figures from that data model, right? So it can tell me that there are a total of this many customer affected by outages. It's saying, oh, remote areas take 6 times longer to restore. And to back that up, it's got a chart here, right? And then, so it goes through this analysis step by step, telling us what's going on and insights that it's finding in the data, like, oh, poles have the most outages, but transmission towers are catastrophic. Why? Because it takes a lot of time to restore it, right? So with that, you can start to have a conversation, right? So my next question was then around, oh, what about these transmission towers? What can we do? Can you explain the reasons behind this, right? So I said, let's drill in on that. And it's able to do that. So it's found the top 3 root causes. And if you want to question where is it getting this information, each of these points has a source, right? And that source goes down to the level of detail of, okay, this is the fields we used. If you want to look at the expression, you can look at it and you can see it actually used set analysis correctly here. So it is setting the scope for transmission towers to build that chart. And if you want to follow the reasoning, it's all here. So there's a bit of a trail of what chain of thought, what was used to get to that answer. So if you think of it, it's a big step from where you used to be with Insight Advisor, which is one question, and if you're lucky, a relevant chart. Now you've got the intelligence of AI plus the intelligence of the Qlik data model working together, right? And you can go down to the point of, oh, we've got these strategic recommendations because there's that domain knowledge somewhere in that model that can be used as well, right? So this was an empty app just to show you that it can work very easily on just the data model. But of course, it can work on your existing apps. So once you turn on the capability, you can start using it on your existing Qlik Sense apps. And this particular app uses a Qlik Predict model, so it can use that through the app as well, right? And the other, so right now when I was using it, it was just answering questions on the application. But you can set up your own assistants as well. And that means you can define the scope, right? So which can span not just the app itself, but knowledge bases of unstructured data. So that's what Qlik Answers did initially, right? You could point it to PDFs and documents and so on. So, but now it can use both the context of the knowledge base and the app and answer questions. So for example, this one is on budget being overrun. And it's going through, oh, these are the categories, but I've asked for reasons, and it's finding the reasons in our documentation, right? So for example, this source is coming from a knowledge base, and you can see exactly which document it came from, what was the text where it's got its information. Okay, so that was the new Qlik Answers, right? It's taking the context of your data model, your apps, and your unstructured data, giving you a new way to analyze it, to outsource that analysis, right? And it's like each of your analysts can become a team lead and outsource what they need to investigate and do much more with this kind of experience. But this is just one of the things we've released. So Qlik, the way we see it, our customers will have their AI strategy, different platforms they use, and we want to fit with that. And for that, we've released a way for third-party AI systems to work with Qlik, right? So Qlik Answers is our native platform, and we're continuing to innovate with that. We'll have new kinds of agents in there. But we also want, if you've got an enterprise app product like ChatGPT Enterprise, Claude Enterprise, or using a developer tool like Claude Code, they can use the Qlik MCP server. That's what it's called, because MCP is just a protocol for AI to work with things like Qlik and Salesforce and so on. Through that, AI can be used together with Qlik. So let me show you what that means as well, really quickly. So we're back now. This is Claude. So at Qlik, we right now using Claude Teams. So it's our own secure AI platform. And I've got here a connector, which is using our MCP server. That's what I'm talking about just now. And with that, it's connected to my tenant. So now when I ask it a question, can it give me the same question, really? It can do something pretty similar to Qlik Answers. So we want to give you the choice, right? If some customers will choose our native platform, some have their own platform, and there can be different use cases. So in this case, what's going on here is each of these is a call. We call it a tool call from Claude to Qlik. It's sending this request. It's getting a response. You can trace it, and you can see what it's doing. It's listing the sheets. Oh, no sheets. Oh, but great data model. And it can explore the data model. And similar to what Qlik Answers was doing, it can start to give me insights from the data. Here we go. So headlines. So here we go. And it starts to tell me, oh, vegetation contact is the #1 outage cause. And the numbers here are reliable because they're coming from Qlik rather than just relying on the AI to give you the correct figures. And we can validate that through the trace of the calls here. Okay, so I had another question. I'll just throw it in here. I want to show you. With that, we can end it. Let's put this side by side. So now I'm going to ask Claude to do something really cool. You see, there's no sheets in this app. I'm going to ask Claude to help me create a sheet here, taking the insights that it just got. Right, so you see no sheet here, and there's the sheet that just popped up. And that's Claude helping me build that sheet in real time. And it's using my user. So it's tied to my user account. And I can see it in my session as it step-by-step automates the process of building this new analysis. And that's really powerful, right? So you can start creating new analysis, new content. We will continue to add new tools. So Claude can build an app from scratch, for example, or it can look for data products in your Qlik catalog, tell you data quality issues, and so on. Right. All right, we'll let it go. And just maybe one final thing. If I can make this, yeah, whoa, things are going crazy. There we go. So another thing I've done, if I can switch my window, maybe not. Computer's slowing down. Is you can use Claude. You can really squeeze out the intelligence in these models, right? So here what I did was I got Claude to evaluate the data model and tell me if you could build predictive models on top. And this is the output coming from Claude. So there's some work I did, it's called a skill. So you can actually help Claude do things better. And this helps Claude create the report like this, which gives you an overview of the data model. It talks about your current capabilities, but then gives you use cases. Based on this data set, you can set up a Qlik predict model, which will help you predict whether an asset will experience an outage within the next 90 days, and gives you the features you need. It gives you the Qlik script you need to get started, the business impact. And it goes through multiple use cases and gives us a nice report and an implementation plan and how to get started. And that's just to show you the possibilities this opens up, right? With the power of AI together with Qlik as your intelligence layer, right? Because we don't just want AI to be making things up. So we use Qlik as that trusted data layer. The Qlik engine makes it easy for AI to ask lots of questions very quickly and cost effectively. It's not that every query has to go to a data warehouse and cost you money. It's fast and accurate using the Qlik analytics engine. And then the way the Qlik associative engine works, it's lend itself quite well to that multi-step chain of thought reasoning that you were seeing. All right, I think you've got a lot of other content to cover, so I'll just stop here. This is just to show you what our first release, our first really important release for AI looks like. We have a big roadmap as we continue to add new kinds of tools and agents that will continue to make this a very exciting space to look into. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Nabeel.
Thank you.
Any questions, guys? You have, I can allow two.
Yeah.
No, yes, wait.
With Qlik MCP can be used to create a sheet and charts. Can it be used to create the app of the Northbridge?
I think basically the question is, Nabeel, if it can create the app by itself directly without the data originally. I mean, without the data preloaded into the app.
So we don't have a tool for that yet. It is in the roadmap. So what we're doing is we're first releasing data products more widely. So data products, you'll see it launching, I think, this week. It's actually gone out, I think. And that gives you a way to have reusable data models, which then makes it easy for AI to work on top of it.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm just trying to move this window somehow, and it doesn't do anything. And
yeah, finally. So thank you, Nabeel. Anyone else? Okay, well, I think we will discuss it later. Craig, over to you. Thank you very much, Nabeel. That was quite interesting presentation. Thank you. Yes, I'll fire it up. I'll start share my screen. And, oh, not that one. I always try to share one screen. So this one. Yeah. Yes, it's over there, and you can just click.
Just down arrow. What?
Yeah, arrow is there. Hey, I have down for next one.
Okay.
Yep, it works.
Excellent.
Okay.
Welcome. Today I'm going to take you through some trials and tribulations of me trying to get my head around how this AI fangled thing works. Sometimes successful, sometimes not quite so. It's in the context of looking at AI to help out in our workplace learning and development. Just a bit of background, I do pretty much all of the training for Qlik for new people at Western Power. So I've been doing that for quite a long time. And so getting AI to help out in the training space for Qlik in particular is obviously something of interest to myself. So first up problem that we're trying to solve, and that is we have a whole bunch of training materials, most of them PowerPoint presentations and Word documents that we built up over time. They're getting a bit long in the tooth, so it's time for a refresh. So naturally I thought, okay, what's this AI thing going to do to help us out? Maybe it'll take those very plain, bland, boring presentations and really give them some kick, make them more easier to understand and appealing and interesting. So I took one of my training modules. It's a PowerPoint presentation I use to teach people about set analysis, and it's got roughly 34 slides. And you see it looks, like many other training PowerPoint presentations that you've seen. Now, I took that PowerPoint presentation and tried to load it up into Copilot. I couldn't get it to work. I just could not get Copilot to accept a PowerPoint. So in the end, I had to print it out as a PDF and load that up, and that was fine. So the prompt that I put in is, you can read there up for the upload a PDF file. See if you can make it better. So how'd we go? Copilot came back with, quite a lot of text, but it was all fairly generic. It was, how do you build a PowerPoint slide? So, it included things like, general principles and content and flow improvement and so on, which was like, yay, okay. I was expecting something a little bit different to that. But anyway, it's useful information. I also then said, oh, okay. You gave me a suggestion, and it said, would you like me to help you apply these principles to a specific slide, such as there's a slide there called what is said analysis? Just as a by the by, it uses the term me. I'm not too keen on things like AI using terms like, oh, I can do this for you and, let me show you. It's a bloody machine. It's not a person. So I wish they wouldn't do that.
The philosophical question.
All right, so this is the original slide. Again, nothing fancy. And let's say, okay, do your worst. How does it come out? And it came out with a bunch of suggestions. And when you go through those suggestions, it actually is smart enough to figure out, what's the gist of each line item in the slide. And it came up with, a bunch of pretty useful suggestions. Fantastic. It also came up with, fairly high-level generic design tips around colouring and removing clutter. It also said, remove the page number, which I thought was a bit weird. I rely on having page numbers, so I don't know why it would ask you to do that. Okay, attempt 2. I went over to ChatGPT and did the same thing and uploaded the PDF file and said, yep, here it is. You can read the prompt there. Basically do the same thing. Make it more readable and make a wide screen PowerPoint presentation for me. And again, it uses this I can and all that sort of stuff. That seems to be ubiquitous amongst the AI chatbots, but it actually went away and it produced a PowerPoint presentation from the PDF file, which is that. Okay, fantastic. But here is the original. Yeah, it's got some color to it, icons, it's got some animations and so on. Here is ChatGPT. But I don't think you could make a more bland PowerPoint presentation if you tried. And also, it's actually like removed a whole bunch of information, icons and so on, little ticks, which are quite important. There's no color, there's no icons, there's no animation, there's no page numbers. It's like, okay. I was expecting a bit better than that. Maybe it's me. I'm just not telling it the right thing. Take 2, I've put in a different prompt based on the suggestions that were in the wrong way. That were at the bottom of the output from the first attempt. And quite nicely, it tells you what it's now done, lists out all the things that has changed. And once more, it's got a list of suggestions of, what to do next. Fabulous. I don't know, my expectations were up here a little bit. And I'm sort of, getting a bit despondent here. It's still bland. The text font size is way too small. It's got one color, no icons, no animations, no page numbers. So it's doing what I asked it to do, but barely. So take 3. Try and implement some of the suggestions that made at the end of the last one. And it basically said, yep, fantastic. I've done it. I've done all of these things. But we've already hit the limit of the number of PowerPoint presentations that I can generate. It's like, oh, okay. So obviously they're trying to get some money out of you to get a license, right? So as a tool for me, I need to be able to generate about 100 of these things. So that wasn't terribly wonderful. Anyway, let's go and have a look at what it came up with, where I've asked it to use a color scheme. So when I saw this, I went, oh my God. I pretty much gave up using ChatGPT at this point because, you know, those slides are just not usable. So the point, I think, the lesson learned for me was you really need to be quite good at writing the prompts in the first place to get the most out of the AI tool. So your first thing to do when you are writing a prompt is to write, how do I write good prompts for AI, and see what AI tells you what to do. I know it's sort of making a bit of a joke there, but it is actually a skill that we are going to have to learn and get much, much better at. And that is, how do I tell AI, what prompt do I write so that it actually gives me back the thing that I want at the level of quality that I'm looking for, right? So that's something that obviously I have no idea how to do at the moment, but it's something that it's a skill that we all will need to get good at. Okay, attempt 3. As I'm fairly sure most of you would know, PowerPoint has its own inbuilt AI-powered tool called Designer. And that enables you to generate, enables PowerPoint to generate suggestions from the content that is in your slides. So there's a little icon at the top right of the home menu. It's called Designer. And yes, you will find that it does get annoying that you only want to use it from time to time. So you can just quickly turn it off. Otherwise, it just pops up with these design suggestions over and over again. It's a no, I don't want you to do that. So here was our original what is set analysis page. Use the designer, and actually it comes up with quite reasonable suggestions, and it comes up with 4 of them. So you can look up through that list and just select the one that you want. So I selected this one. Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it, except that the text is too small. We've only really got one color for the icons, which is a bit dull, and there's no animation. But it's obviously a lot better than what I saw through Copilot and ChatGPT. Mind you, you would argue that that's not hard. So I took all of the information that I had from those sources and said, well, if I was to combine everything, mush it up and manually fix the slide, what would it look like? And this is what I came up with. So adding in those Venn diagram, that was a suggestion from Copilot, as was the using the multiple KPI to illustrate the difference in the data scope. Nice speed icon with a fast car, and then the warning at the end to say, you know, the syntax can be challenging, but the reward is high. So I thought, oh, okay, that's actually not too bad. Right, it's not too bad. Now, I want to just talk about AI in the wider context of training, what we call workplace learning and development. You know, AI it's here. It's, you know, transitioning from a futuristic concept to something that is actually it's real. So naturally, I thought, okay, if I want to talk about this, I'll get AI to tell me about AI in training. And it came back with some pretty good points, right? So key applications of AI in workplace learning and development, personalized pathways. Now this is really useful so that one size does not fit all. You have each person can go down through the training materials at their own pace, and their own pathway makes it much more interesting for them. The 24/7 virtual assistants, coaching, you get the instant feedback. So you're learning, you're not waiting for some tutor or presenter to give you feedback. And simulations, so AI can have immersive simulations that can be quite entertaining as a way of learning. The promise, that availability, an issue that we've had is the vendor-led training that we have for Qlik. It's been very hit and miss as to when we can actually get that organised, because you need 10 people in a class, and it can sometimes be months and months delay. Whereas if you've got AI-built training materials, it's there. You can do it at work time, you can do it at home on the weekends. It's just online via the internet. Predictive analytics built into these AI training frameworks can give you quick information about the people who are taking part. Are they struggling? Are they really crushing it? So you can maybe help out those who need a bit of help. You can use the AI frameworks, pump in a bunch of documents and so on, and get it to summarize it, and maybe get it to generate the training materials for you, or at least a straw man that you can then edit. And also AI is creative in the way that it presents training, irrespective of what I showed you earlier. It hopefully will be able to put some razzmatazz around your training materials, make them a bit more interesting, and follow good design principles. Some of the not so wonderful things about using AI in our workplace learning and development. We can lose the human touch because you're constantly interacting online. You're not in a classroom setting, you're not interacting with other people, you're not interacting with the trainer. You can get a bit isolated. Anyone who's sort of done a course and only online through university, it does feel a bit like that from time to time. You do miss being in a classroom, believe it or not. And having an AI-centric online system can have a little bit of a drawback. The algorithms used can be biased, typical sort of AI problem with the data that you put in impacts the outputs that you get. If that data is biased, then the outputs will be biased as well. Setting all of these up can be quite a big cost and investment, which is why using like third-party vendors who have that framework for you is quite a good option. And lastly, the risk of hallucinations, confidently providing false information rather than just saying, I don't know. So if you do feed it a bunch of information, say, go make me some training materials, you better go and make sure that the summaries and the output that it's producing are in fact an accurate reflection of what you've put in there. So this is leading to a new meaning of GIGO. So you all know that GIGO means, garbage in, garbage out. But with the advent of more powerful computers with AI, we tend to now have this problem. It's garbage in, but it's gospel out. Now, this is a really big problem because as we become reliant and we depend on AI more and more, and it gets it right, you know, a big chunk of the time, we don't notice or might not notice that it got it wrong for that particular circumstance. Now, in the sort of work that I do, it's really neither here nor there. But my wife works in the medical research area, and if the results that come back from AI are saying there was a positive result when in fact there wasn't, or more importantly, it said there wasn't a result when in fact there was, that can have really big impacts. So garbage in, gospel out can be a real problem. And just as an example, with the prompts that I had, I got this back from Copilot saying, you know, 87% of companies see, you know, AI as a way to bridge skill shortages and blah, 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 all these numbers. There was no references. And if I wanted to go and find out, you know, where did those numbers come from? What was the context? It is probably doable, but you have to dig around and find out. Okay. What are the pros and cons if you want to go into a deep dive? This article from what is her name? Anne Terry is something I would recommend that you take a look at. The link is here. It's quite a long document, and it goes into the pros and cons in quite some detail. We also have at our workplace LinkedIn Learning. This is something that's been introduced relatively recently. LinkedIn Learning is a framework which uses AI a lot in the presentation of the materials. It doesn't have anything on Qlik. So if you search for the word Qlik in LinkedIn Learning, you won't get anything. There are exams and certification available through this this framework if you're required. And very quickly, here's an example of a course that I was doing using AI to help with data analysis. And you put in a prompt, you know, I want a classification machine learning algorithm using a data set that was updated. Go write me a Python script. And it does it. It was really quite good. The Python script is well written. It's got lots of comments, and in this case, it actually works. So when you're going through the training module, it uses this technique saying, okay, I want this style of machine learning algorithm to be used on this data. Go write me a Python script, and off it goes, boom. And, you know, literally 10 seconds later, you've got a fully working script. I won't have time to do that. It's about 2 minutes long. Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's move on. Thank you. Right, I won't stop sharing. I think that's me who is the next one. So let me quickly fire it up. And that's the one. So for those people who don't know me, so my name is Sergey Makushynski, and I'm a principal at Qurious Solutions. And I've been doing Qlik for, I just calculated, was talking to someone, for 18 years. So that's been a while. So then the main thing quite often with all these projects, data analysis and so on, is just how to let people to trust in the data that is actually displayed. Yeah? Because they see the number and some of them believe that number, some of them asking the questions, how to bring this trust. Yeah. So it is actually not that hard. Let's just take a look at it. So basically, the traditional style of all this reporting is pretty simple. You've got report, maybe tabular, maybe some charts, but then you've got a special sheet, you click transactional details, and you can see it. So quite often, just because Qlik has associative model, whatever you filter will be displayed in transactions. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So for some use cases, it works, for some, no. So, and when you do that, it's constant switching between sheets, some loss of context, reduces transparency. So trust can be reduced. Yeah. So what we can do there? What we can do there? I'm losing my mouse. Yep. Sorry. Yep, that one. So basically, that's another example. Oh, oops. It's just actually it just shows what's happening. So you can see the dashboard. You can see some numbers. But you can actually click on any number and get all underlying data behind it. Like from my opinion, from my perspective, it actually bridges this gap. And when you see like 2000 something, you click on it, it will get exactly to this number with exact transactions that makes up that number. You can, if you click on the percentage, it will do it. It will show you how it calculated the percentage again with those details that are behind it, which I will show you to you like live in just a moment. So again, benefits of that approach. Kind of full transparency, fast probably decision making because you trust, I believe you trust your data, much better context because everything is aligned, and overall improved user experience. So how to do that? Let's just quickly go through that. You need layout container, some objects, and basically variables, show hide things. Yeah, button. Yeah, don't forget about the button. So let's quickly do the demo. So let me switch from here. I'm still sharing this one. So this is an example, the same example, by the way. And yeah, like whatever number you click here. So firstly, you can obviously switch between current week, last week, quite easily. You can click on this 139. What it does, it just applies selections to the jobs in this instance. It just shows exactly 139. You can scroll here, you can see them. So in this case, it's hours. That's okay. If it's if you want to look at jobs, you just click at jobs. So and it's all details are there. Another example would be this one. I'll just bring this one screen here. And it is kind of the same. You don't. It is very hard when I need to look at it this way. So you click at the number here. In this case, we are using just these three dots here, and that's exactly details that are behind it. Does it build a trust? Does it prove that number is correct? No?
Prove it.
But you can see exact details. You can see how it is calculated. Yeah. So what exactly transactions are there? Anyway, how to build it? Let's just have a quick. I'll probably just do it. Oops, another way, because I can't do that. Am I sharing my screen? Oh, oops, sharing suddenly stopped. I will share it again. This one. So how am I going to do that? It will be just new sheet. Yep, use template. There's just empty sheet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring here layout container. Are you familiar with the? I hope everyone is familiar with that one, because it is quite useful, layout container. So we generally bring it to the full screen, and then you just need to add content. You can drag and drop it, or you can, if you have master items, you can drop it from master items. I'm just trying to find them. So in this case, I'll just use, for example, this termination data add. It's already pre-filtered because I just did that. So let me go away from here, remove that. So it is stable. We can bring other objects here. We should bring obviously details here. That's another one. Oops. Details. Sorry, it's for some reason it decided to say that I can't do that. Yeah, I know. But when you do it, yep, here we go. It is right here. We can bring it here. So, and then it's matter of just making it dynamic, to show and hide. So in this instance, I do have variable which would be called show details. I'll just display that it is there, and generally it's equals 0. So then I can say, okay, details, show details equals 0. Did I miss something? Supposed to actually equals 1. Yep. And then I'll just do it, just because we have lack of time, I'll just copy paste my button and it'll show you the details of that button. I was practicing today. Yeah. So we can just drop this button here. Oops. As usual, when you want something, it doesn't work the way you want it. Copy, and I'll just paste it here. Yep, that's my details button. Here we go. We can make it big or we can make it small. It doesn't really matter when it's even located. So, oops, let's just put it at the top. So now if you click on it, it shows and it hides. What did I do in the button? Not much. It's just set variables, show details with some condition. And condition is pretty simple, just because I want the button to show and hide things, and depending on the state. Just show detail. If show details equals 0, then if it equals 1, then 0, otherwise 1. So, and the same condition appears in the label and in the color. So that's why you click details, you hide details. Simple, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So, hope it won't. Yeah. Let's just finish it off. Any questions about the demo? No? Easy. Then basically the outcome. When you bring those details closer to the place where you see the summary number, I believe it is make it clearer and more transparent. It gets all details in one place. You don't need to jump around between different sheets, different applications, and so on. It does improve user experience, and as a result of all of it, it enhances trust in the data. Any questions?
You end up with 1,000,001 items in the container?
It depends how you do that. If you do it very blunt, yes, you will end up with that. But if you do it a little bit smarter and group, like we tend to create less objects, but more things in it with show and hide conditions. So because you can actually have show and hide for measures, you can show and hide dimensions, and so on and so on and so on. So, and it's much better to keep less objects than more objects, because if you need to change something, you just need to adjust less things. However, it's a little bit harder to, I mean, you need to kind of imagine it and implement it. Any other questions? Okay, that's it for now then. The last bit, the most exciting one, the survey.
When has the survey been exciting?
Yeah.
Right. What do I do here?
Oh, I think you just
Do I
Present
need
that
to? I can present the. Or you want to present the whole screen?
Yep.
Just this.
Oh, can we go full? Oh, you got it full screen?
Almost full screen. Yep,
Yep, that's fine.
that's fine.
Yep,
But you
thank
have to like turn a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. You can do start presentation, or I can guide you, or I can do it for you.
Okay, so if everybody can either scan the QR code or go to this website and enter that code there. I'm guessing the QR code is the easiest one. We can get started. Oh, I feel like a celebrity here. Like everyone's lifting their. It's never happened before. It'll never happen again. Oh, cool.
Trying to answer, but you need to start the presentation.
Right. Okay, that's cool. All right. So we're going to find out a little bit about how you use Qlik, a little bit about you, and also see if there's some ideas for presentations and things that we can do in the future. Oh, look at that. Ooh, it's exciting. I didn't realize it was going to be this exciting. I thought on-prem was going to get the lead there, but.
Oh, you see Qlik here?
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't. Oh, well, there we go. We got 22. So we still have some answers to come in. Yeah. We need the guy who does the Melbourne Cup here. It's Qlik, followed up by Qlik. Is everybody putting their answers in? So gonna need to be quicker next time, people. Come on.
25.
Okay. Oh, we got 20, 25. But yeah, I might move on to the next one. So okay, so it's we can see a lot of QlikSense, QlikSense Cloud, and QlikSense on-prem is about the same there. Okay, so easy one. What sort of sector is your organization in? What, the consultants will quick off the mark.
You must be.
I wonder if this the men in black along here.
Yeah, we shouldn't share this slide.
Yeah, no.
Nobody in manufacturing. Oh, one other. I'm not. We seem to be getting around 20 people, so I'm not sure.
Yes.
5 people are staying anonymous. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got next. Yeah. So what is your role within the organization? That's cool.
Already.
Yep. So we're pretty developer heavy, which is good. Okay, people are getting quicker on this one. Well, yeah, I'm assuming some of those that reclass themselves as a developer.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. So you've been working with Qlik, was it 18 years, did you say? I don't know if we're going to have anyone beat that, but yeah, well, just passed it to 5 years or more, basically. There's quite a few veterans. Pardon? No, no, no. Cool. All right. So that's yeah, as you can see, a lot of people who are 5 years plus. That's pretty good. Loyalty there. So how do you normally get assistance from Qlik for your Qlik products? Wow! What? No way! I wasn't expecting many of those, but a few more answers to come in. Oh, here we go. Other.
So no one gets help from Qlik.
Hmm.
No one gets help from Qlik directly. Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, other. Yeah, I should have included that.
LinkedIn.
Yeah. Craig. Wow. Okay. We've got more ClickSense gurus than I was expecting. Well, that's good. I guess those are the same people that were at the 5 years plus experience. Oh,
There you go.
okay. All right. So, so just quickly on these meetings. So do we have too many meetings? Do we have not enough meetings? Or is it about right? No one. Oh, oh. Ouch. 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 I know that's honest feedback, so that's good. But in general, we seem to be, oh, it's balancing out, I'd say. Or about right.
So for that one person, can we call that number and see which phone rings?
No, this is anonymous. This is anonymous. But we do have people that would prefer more often, so I guess we're sort of about right there. That's the overall impression. And what type of presentation do you find the most useful or interesting in these sessions? So I'll save these results, and maybe next time we can have a very quick session on the important stuff, something like this. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's actually how I thought it was going to go. I think often the user show and tell ones are the ones that create the most interest, and people can see how ClickSense is being used and helping people out in the organization. So that's good. Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, just basically head and shoulders there. Yeah, so this is one where you're going to have to do a little bit more typing. So you type in a topic if you have one, or one or more. It does force the lowercase, so you don't have to worry about the case that you're typing, because I didn't want set analysis coming up 3 different ways. And yeah, as people type, it'll just do a word cloud on the screen there for us. Actually, if you're recording things, if somebody wants to just get it for the official records, we can get just a picture of this slide, maybe. There we go. Yeah.
nice. Oh, favorite topic, huh? Sample.
Geoanalytics.
Okay.
So I think the font size is representative of how many times something shows up. So sample report seems to be a big one. I don't want to go too much into the best part of the evening, the food and drink. So we'll.
I want to be stated.
Is anybody just about to finish theirs?
Only put in response.
But that's all right. No, not everybody has suggestions. So have we got that one? Thank you. Okay, so I'll move on to the next thing. So if you are interested in joining the committee, because I think we could probably do with one more member, or if you have a presentation that you want to do, or if you want to dob somebody else in to do a presentation, then just type your name in or their name in, and that'll come up on the screen, and we can. Well done, Craig. I didn't see you typing anything, but yeah, you must have just gone under the radar.
It's lightning. I think Sergey.
Ooh, wow. I don't know who Harper is, but he's popular. She. Any other? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh no. Oh, oh.
No.
Oh. No, I think this is the last slide, actually.
It looks like I need to step out.
Okay. This is like election night now, isn't it? Okay. So we didn't get any new names then, did we? So nobody wants to do a presentation next time, or no?
That's right. We'll sort it out.
Okay, that's okay. All right. So I'll bank those results, and then I'll do my very small presentation next week. Next time, rather.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right. I think everyone got thirsty, at least thirsty. So let me just quickly finish it off. We'll skip that one. So we actually have good news. We have a new committee member from the last time, Brian Fernandez. So he joined the committee 3 months ago. Yeah, if anyone would like to join, just simply reach out to us, to any of us, and we'll go from there. So as for the something to present, as usual, if you have anything to present, even show your journey with Qlik, your journey with data, whatever, anything you can think of, even if you haven't used Qlik a lot, please welcome to present. That's it for today. Thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you all downstairs